Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Amy and today I'll be doing the if you like this book then you will like this book. I've seen this video going around BookTube a lot and I really like this kind of video because it gives you really specific recommendations. So if you don't know what the if you like this then you like this recommendations video is about, basically I'm gonna pick out one book that most people will have read and will recommend you a book that is similar to that one that you might also really enjoy. I'm sorry for the noise if you hear anything, that's my dog. She's playing around and she's making a lot of noise, so I'm sorry. So yeah, for example, if you like this book then you will like this book because it has similar characters, similar themes, it has a similar vibe. So yeah, that's what I'm doing today. For today's video I picked out 5 pairs of books. I had more on my list but I decided to keep those for maybe another video where I do a part 2. So let's just get started right away. I'm gonna start off with a classic that almost everyone talks about, which is If You Like Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell, then I think you will like The Bookish Life of Nina Hill by Abby Waxman. If you have been living under a rock these past few years and you don't know what Fangirl is about, it's about a girl named Kath who has been writing fan fiction about this book series about Simon Snow for the last couple of years. Simon Snow is a wizard, so it's basically a little bit like Harry Potter. But in this book we follow Kath's first year at college and trying to navigate that while being an extreme introvert and having a little bit of anxiety. So that's what this is about. And most people have read this. It's been out for a while. But yeah, if you like this then I think you will really enjoy The Bookish Life of Nina Hill by Abby Waxman. I will say this is a YA contemporary and this is an adult contemporary. But I think the people who grew up with reading Fangirl have grown up a little, so they're old enough to read adult contemporary if they want to. Bookish Life of Nina Hill is basically about a woman named Nina who works at a bookstore and she is on a trivia team and she likes having this little life where she with a couple of friends and her own little home full of books. And she's content with that, she's fine with that. She doesn't like change at all, just like Kat, she doesn't like change. And then she finds out that her dad, who she never knew, passed away and he left her with, first of all, a bunch of family relatives that she has no desire to meet, and also a bunch of money, because apparently her dad was rich. They both have similar vibes to it, both pretty huge nerds, as I would say. Kat with her books and her Simon Snow. Nina also with books but also with like trivia things, since she does trivia quizzes and that kind of stuff. And they both have difficulty with embracing changes. Kat doesn't like going to college and rooming with someone who's not her twin sister. And Nina doesn't want to meet any relatives because she's fine with the way things are and she doesn't need a bunch of people in her life. So I think that's where they really are similar. Be aware this is an adult contemporary, so if you're not into that then you might not like this. But if you do then I think you will definitely enjoy this. And think these are both pretty similar. So that's the first pair I got for you. Next up, if you liked Anna and the French Kiss by Stephanie Perkins, then I think you will really enjoy Love a la Mode by Stephanie Gates Throne. I already get bonus points for sharing an author with the same name, so I think that that is really fun. Anna and the French Kiss is a classic young adult contemporary, just like Fangirl. This is about a girl who is being shipped off to a French boarding school by her dad. It's an American boarding school, so only American students get to attend there, but she doesn't really want to go. She wants to spend her last year at high school just in Atlanta with her best friend and the guy she has a crush on. But basically we follow Anna through spending her senior year at a boarding school in Paris, being part of this new friend group and meeting a really cute new guy named Etienne Sinclair, who is like, yeah, just one of my favorite contemporary dudes. But if you like this book then I think you will really like Love a la Mode. This is also set in Paris, it's also set at a boarding school, but this follows 2 main characters who get accepted into a culinary school. So one of the main characters is called Rosie. She's really into baking. She has been really watching all those TV shows and baking her ass off in her kitchen. And she gets accepted into this fancy school in Paris. And the other main character is Henry, who has been working in his dad's kitchen since he could walk basically. Henry's learned how to cook there and he really wants to learn from the best, so he also gets accepted into this culinary school. And basically we follow Rosie and Henry in Paris at this school, cooking up all sorts of things and trying the Parisian food. So in that aspect, those are really similar. If you like books that are set in a different country or set in Paris, then I think you will really like Love à la Mode. Or if you like this one, then you think you will really like this one. I really enjoyed both of these, and this one reminded me of Anne and the French Kiss a lot, so that's why I'm pairing these up today. I have another book that's being used a lot in these recommendation videos, and that is, if you liked Geekerella by Ashley Poston, then I think you will really like Cinder and Ella by Kelly Oram. Geekerella is mostly being paired up with Fangirl, so I thought I would not do that. I think it also is way more similar to Cinder and Ella than Fangirl. They're both Cinderella retellings, if you couldn't tell, and I like both of them very much. But this one is about a girl whose mom passed away when she was young, and then her dad also passed away, and she has to live with her stepmom and her two stepsisters. And she is really into this old TV show called Starfield. They're announcing a reboot of that TV show, and she's not into the guy who gets to play the main lead at all. The girl, who is called Elle, she is trying to get back into ExcelsiCon, which was her dad's con, but she's never been since he passed away. And she just wants to go to that con and try to win a cosplay contest so she can move out of her stepmom's house because she hates it there. Elle and the main lead meet in a very interesting way. I don't want to say anything more because spoilers, but I think if you are really into Cinderella retellings and pop culture references and geeky stuff, then I think you really like this one. And I'm comparing it with Cinder and Ella by Kelly Oram because again, this is a Cinderella retelling, but in a lot of ways it's very similar to Geekerella because it also revolves around the main character who's really into this old book series that gets adapted. But in other ways it's also very different because in this one, Elamara, the main character, has been living with her mom until they both get into a car accident and her mom passes away, and she is severely injured and has burns all over her body, and she has to go into physical therapy to be able to walk with a cane. And then she gets, after months in hospital, she gets taken home by her dad, who moved away when she was little and found a new wife and now has two stepdaughters. So this one revolves basically around Elamara trying to get her life back on track after this huge accident and getting her blog back, which was put on hold for all those months she was in the hospital, and get in touch with her pen pal who she met through that blog, who happens to be the guy who's gonna star in the adaptation of her favorite book series. She doesn't like the actor, but she doesn't know it's him she's talking to. That's why I think these are very similar. I've seen very, very little people talk about this one, so I thought I would recommend it. It's a little bit serious and a little bit more heavy than Geekerella, but if you're into that, then I would really recommend this one. Let's move on. If you like Daughter of the Pirate King by Tricia Levenseller, then I think you will really enjoy The Girl from Everywhere by Heidi Heilig. Daughter of the Pirate King is pretty popular. It's about a girl named Alosa who is, as the title of the book says, the daughter of the Pirate King. And if I'm correct, she has to find this piece of a map on another pirate ship. So she takes their captain hostage, but she did not realize their captain was such a hottie. And while she is taking him hostage, she has to try to convince him to give up the place where they have hidden the map. I've read this a long time ago, so I'm not completely sure on the details. I think if you enjoyed Daughter of the Pirate King, you will also really like The Girl from Everywhere by Heidi Heilig, which is about a girl called Nyx who's sailing the seas with her dad, and her dad is able to take any map from any fictional country, any real country, any old time, any maps from old times, like 1,000 years ago, or any maps from now, and he's able to sail to that place on that map, so they can go back in time, they can go to fictional countries, etc, etc, and they are being threatened by something that can erase Nyx from existence, so they're gonna find out what's happening there. I think these are very similar. They all are both about a bunch of pirates and a ragtag crew, and I think they both have a very similar vibe to each other, so that's why I'm pairing these up together. So yeah, if you liked this one, then I think you will really like this one, or if you read this one and haven't read this one, then I think you will really like this one. So those were all the physical books. I also have one pair that I only read as an ebook, but I still wanted to recommend, which is If You Like the Deal by Elle Kennedy, then I think you will really enjoy Dearest Clementine by Lex Martin, or the other way around. The Deal and Dearest Clementine are both new adult romances. They both are set in a college. The Deal is about a girl called Hannah who has a crush on this football guy. I think he's a football star. She wants to date him, but he doesn't even notice her. And then the other main character of the story, Garrett, who is a hockey player, he finds out that Hannah did really good on a test that he failed, so they make up a deal, which is Garrett and Hannah try to fake date so she can get the attention of her crush, while Hannah tries to tutor Garrett to get up his grade. I personally think it's really similar to Dearest Clementine, which is about a girl called Clementine and who is an author, and she has decided to take this writing class, but she only finds out when she's in the class that it's a romance writing class, and then she gets the help from a guy named Gavin to make up a few scenarios so she is able to write the romance better. I think they're both very similar in, of course, setting. They both take place at a college, but they also have kind of a similar concept with like kind of the fake dating or the helping bit. So yeah, those are all the books that I've paired up and I wanted to recommend. If you know any similar books to the books I just talked about, then let me know in the comments. I am always up for more recommendations. And thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you really enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe. I will leave all the links to my social media down in the description, so if you want to be friends on any other platform, let's do it. That's it for this video. I will see you in the next one. Bye.